noticed a lot better because I'm sitting here,
Do you still have?
not driving now.
Do you still have your
I had to come, had to come and drop her off because
Gotcha. All right. You wanna
what's
call-
up, Matt, Mike? What's up, Mike? What's up, Jennifer?
Hey.
I think that's probably Stephanie to the left there.
Yep, hello.
What up?
All right. I guess we can call to order.
Sure. Go for it. You got it.
So, I guess we'll just jump right into landlord registration, and you can kind of do a rundown of what you got, and
So
Yeah.
you didn't go over it all last
we didn't really have quorum.
Oh,
We
you
didn't
said-
have quorum, so,
Oh.
so there was no meeting.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Still have your notes. Get the flush. Because you had a list of kind of the questions that we would need to answer.
Oh.
We had a whole bunch of, things that we were gonna discuss. These were all the questions from before. We pretty much have answers to now, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a copy of everything. It's kind of everything that's going to. You don't have a copy of this, do you, Brian?
I do not. If anybody has it in email, they can send it to me.
I've got it saved somewhere at the computer, so I gotta see where it's at.
Gotcha.
I had put together a rental registration application. And, you know, some stuff that it'd have to go on city stationery. But one of the things we need to do is, who's it payable to?
That would be the housing authority
Yeah.
because we will be the ones that will be monitoring
Yeah.
the account. Well,
It would go to,
it probably city, Columbia City, but care of.
Yeah.
the
Care of
authority.
housing authority.
Yeah.
okay, so it would go to Rosie. She'll have to set up that dedicated account.
Yes. And then it'll go into that account for us to manage.
Okay, and so, right, and then that'll be in the ordinance. It says that it can only go to us. It can never, it's a non-reverting,
Yes.
otherwise
Correct.
they'll grab it.
Right.
Chip will spend it.
No. I don't want to be on the hook for that. I don't want to go, I don't want to do community service thing.
Okay, annual fee, okay with everybody?
I think so.
I think that's, yeah.
I think that's acceptable. Did we ever figure out, how much? Like, I know there were like, there's different places that can do different limits. It's,
Okay, and we need to do, is it gonna be per owner? Per location?
per location, I
Per
thought is what we
location,
decided.
correct.
Now, obviously, like an
Yeah.
apartment building is different. That
Right?
would be its own separate fee, but
Like I'm
like for a
thinking of
rental
the
house.
corner of North and Oak, they put in those two duplexes.
Right.
Probably could check.
Is that-
Is there limits?
Two?
Has anybody
That's
seen
two,
limits?
wouldn't
I know that $5
Or is that the
is
same
limit
address? Is
for
that the same
some of it.
location?
It's a different address, because one's gonna be a half
Okay,
probably.
one's the- Yeah.
Yeah, that one I think we have leniency with. So like a house, I think if it's, the duplex thing we might have to look into, but like corporate things like Blue River and, right, Blue River, they're over there, or, what's across from the Y? That's government subsidized, isn't it?
Yeah,
If it's government
So that's
subsidized, we
not-
cannot
yeah.
charge,
Right.
we
So-
can't do anything.
Blue River's not government subsidized, so that one would be a different
Northridge,
fee. But I think
There's quite a few.
when it comes down to an actual rental house, it was $5
per,
Yeah,
a house. So if I own 6 houses, I gotta pay $30 a year
and it, okay, so it's not gonna be per owner, it's per location.
per location. Yeah, cause otherwise, I mean, we're not gonna be able to build up a big enough,
no, because
Nest egg to help
you got
anybody
people
do
like,
anything.
like Eric who owns 20
You know.
properties, and if he's only paying one fee,
right? And if we wanna help, like, if for instance, that the 50/50 sidewalk, if the 50/50 sidewalk, they do that, and then we can do half of the half, and then we can kind of help these landlords make their houses look nicer and make taxes go up and make the community look nicer, so.
Okay, one of the questions we had was what if someone is renting to a relative? Actually, it's addressed in the ordinance, and I took several different ordinances and kind of
Combined. and-
combined them. If they're using that as a mailing address,
The person living there?
yes.
Yeah.
So then it's a rental.
Yeah.
Whether they're collecting or not is not,
Correct. That's not our problem.
no, it's not, our-
And-
we have nothing to do with that. It's, they own it and it's not their home.
I mean,
It's a
at
rental.
this point,
Like if
you
somebody
just have-
separated and moved back in with their parents and was paying rent, but still using their old home as an address, then we actually, they
Right.
would not have to register,
No.
even though somebody's paying them rent. It has to do with if they're using it as a mailing address, as a resident.
okay,
Right, and so if it's owner occupied, even if you have someone living with them, that's
Yeah.
probably.
yeah.
Right, as long as
I mean,
they were going, their address was something different.
I mean, let's just, at most, let's say I'm a person that owns 3 properties and I'm letting my 2 kids rent the 2 houses from me. It's $10. I mean, it's $10 a year.
Right.
Really, make your kid.
You know, I inspect-
I mean, at that point.
Right.
Hotels, I do all the rooms, like the Budget Motel. Half those rooms are family that lives in them. I can't inspect those.
Those aren't. That's not. I mean, I know it says that it's a motel, but it's just long-term housing.
Right.
What is the AmeriHost now? It's not the Quality, is it? Is
Yeah.
it? Is that
No, I thought Quality
technically
was the one right beside
that you
Star.
Star?
No, that's,
Super
Butterfield.
eight.
Oh,
That's Motel 8 or Super 8.
that's right, that's right.
So Quality Inn is still zoned as a hotel,
Yeah.
even though it's basically just a bunch of people living there long term.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Rosie will create the foot.
Yeah.
So apartments, individuals. Jurisdiction, everything will have to be inside.
City limits.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause that's really the only. We don't have any jurisdiction anywhere else. So.
Code enforcement. Actually, if you wanna, I have the registration application here. that You can look at. If they're not a resident, they have to name an agent, they must. Then property description, number of units, apartment numbers. Then exempt units is defined in the ordinance. That would be like if you had family living there, something not
Sure.
rent. And I put that, the permit is not evidence that my property meets the requirements, just to cover us.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's good.
Then, as you look through the ordinance, anytime you see a blank, I mean, we have to have an attorney do it anyways.
Right.
They can do that research. I wasn't gonna go through the codes and find the code numbers.
Sure.
In chapter blank of the Columbia City Code, you know. No, that's what we pay an attorney for.
Sure.
Then I didn't put section numbers because, I don't know what,
Sure.
this could be ordinance 14, so,
Right.
Right.
And I went through and I got all the definitions. Rental registration required. Oh, and it tells you what is excluded. Like travel trailers, somebody living in one, you're renting one, we can't,
Right.
RVs.
So what do we do for a trailer park?
That's,
Is that usual?
I feel like that's gotta be different because they own their house, but they rent the ground, which is privately owned. I don't know that, you
Rental
know what I mean,
housing
like that's,
that
because
are
they actually
subject
own
to
their
sale
home.
on contract and mobile home dwellings. It's in here.
Okay.
So mobile homes are covered.
Okay. Where's that at?
Second, bottom of the second page.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been long enough now, it's like, I
Yeah.
know I saw that somewhere. Let's see, exclusion, single-family owner occupied dwelling. So if you have somebody come and live with you, even if they pay you rent, we can't.
Right, because that's,
Right.
Group homes,
yeah,
any federally subsidized.
right.
Yeah, tenant is anybody that occupies a dwelling other than a guest using the property as a legal address. Okay, registration required. We'll have to figure out the date. I'm guessing it'll be January 1st of whatever year.
Sure.
Obviously, it won't be 2025, it might be 2026.
Sure.
Right.
It's annual, and, or if they sell it, the new owners, within 30 days, have to,
Register.
yeah. Then the application, registration fees imposed annually upon the initial registration. Then it talks about if the owner's not a resident, they have to have an agent in this county or a contiguous county. Ken spells that out, failure to register. I tried to stay away from most penalties. You know, some of the ordinances will really, so, and I made it, any person that violates it can be subject to a fine up to 100. So it could be 0, and if somebody comes in a day late.
Sure.
Yeah,
But that's why, you know, most of them just said 100. I put, no, I'll put up to 100, that way we can be lenient.
Yeah.
Is it, I doubt that we have anybody that has more than 50 rental properties.
yeah.
right? I was just thinking $100. If I'm somebody who's got more than 50, I'm just gonna pay the
The late-
$100 fee. you
right.
know? Or do we put, this is just a question, or do we put up to 50 times the registration fee? You know what I'm saying? So like,
Right. 'Cause
people who have
Yeah.
20 properties could say, yeah, I'm not registering all those, I'll just take the
you know what I'm
penalty.
saying?
Right.
Like, I mean, $100, like I said, I don't think,
Well, that's the penalty, they'd still have to pay, and some of them was, you know, like $100 per day.
Oh, gosh.
And I, you know, we can't have a $5 registration where we start trying to
Yeah.
fine people $100 a
Right.
day.
No.
Right, yeah.
I mean, we want it to be a voluntary thing, we want
yeah.
people to want to register. That's why I figured that gives us some leeways.
Yeah. I mean, is this something that, let's say we go through and we find somebody who's got, I mean, there's no way that someone owns 50 properties, but if it's I'm just saying, a corporation that has a bunch of different names, and if it's a person that owns a bunch of different corporations and they've got 50 of them, can we amend this at any point, this ordinance?
So any provision is a fine up to 100.
Okay.
So that could be, if they had different properties, we could go 100 on every property.
Okay, okay. Got it. I like it.
And civil penalties paid to the city clerk. Some of the ordinances I looked at, penalties have to actually go into the general fund. Or they would stipulate that they had to go to the general.
So that's why you're stipulating it goes to city clerk, so it can go right to, it would go to Rosie, who would then put it into our,
No, they're
It
saying,
won't go
he's
into
saying
ours.
not the fines, not the penalties. Those would have to go to the general
they
fund.
have to, we can't, there's nothing we can put in there.
I feel like
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I left it kind of vague, and I'm hoping maybe,
the lawyer can,
I was gonna say, maybe we can
yeah,
ask Marcia if there's something
Yeah.
some, wording, or what's the word I'm looking for? Some
some verbiage that we can add
verbiage,
to,
phrasing
yeah.
that we can add that basically says, because again, if we're gonna penalize people, I would rather that go
But
to
the
that
probably, I have a
fund.
feeling state law probably stipulates that penalties
Go to,
can't
yeah,
go to
that I
the
wouldn't know.
authority.
Chip, what feeds the 50/50 sidewalk? Is that just in the mayor's budget?
That is in, I believe, an economic development income
Okay.
tax budget.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, if this $100 goes to,
A general fund.
like, where does it go? It's just going to general fund
Mm-hmm.
that feeds other.
Feature code enforcement officer.
So,
There you go.
oh,
Well, that's the person that's going to
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
approach these people and tell them
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
in violation.
yeah.
so for this penalty, do we need to add maybe per unit, $100 per unit?
Yeah, maybe add that part. Penalty up to
Put under
$100
per unit.
Well, but it says any provision of this. So if it says you have to do it per location,
Okay.
every
Yeah.
one of those would be one,
Yeah, you-
would be a
Okay.
violation of that provision.
I also don't hate putting it in there just because then people will say you're trying to get me.
I agree. I feel like it has to
You
be
know.
pre-spelled out for, because some of these people are gonna be mad. So they're gonna be looking for every loophole that,
Sure.
you know.
So maybe we just add up to $100 per property, or per,
Even if it's in parentheses or something,
Sure.
that means per unit.
yeah, just put it in parentheses, per unit.
Per unit.
There's no getting around it then at that
Right.
point. It's definitely, I mean, it's
It's
spelled
spelled
out
out,
before, but now
right.
it's verbatim.
It's layman's
spelled out
terms,
right
yeah.
here. Yeah,
So March will have to figure out about the penalties
Right.
when they get paid.
Right.
right.
Fees assessed and collected shall be maintained as a separate. Okay, this talks about how it has to go in the non-reverting fund.
Yeah.
Then registration records, the blank show, who's gonna maintain the records?
Chip.
He's hiding.
You know,
I'm not here.
I was thinking,
because they would all
You're
spell
welcome.
out,
I can't be the bad guy.
you know.
Why?
I'm community.
I think that's gonna have to be like decided down the road.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
know that. I mean,
Maybe part of the code enforcement department potentially.
Well, that
That's
was
kind of what I
common.
was thinking, yeah.
code
Whoever-
enforcement is gonna be the ones going out there, so that maybe
Right.
it'd be easier for them to maintain those records because then they know where they need to.
They're gonna have to
When
have
I
them
looked at
anyway,
different ones, some of
so.
them would be their building department. Some were
Oh.
code enforcement, so, you know, so, yeah, that's just,
Well, with what the mayor said about doing, like, having code enforcement and stuff, maybe it's just another, I mean,
yeah.
it would make their job easier if they maintained those records.
Well, I would think, because they're the ones that are gonna
So-
be dealing with it, you know.
If it were me, I would wanna maintain those records,
Right.
if I was doing the code, you know?
Right.
Found a typo.
And it could be, I mean, we'll find out how many people we have, hopefully, and see, we'll see how many voluntarily wanna do it, and then we might just have to start scrubbing Beacon and just say, all right, this section of the county, one of us takes it, we'll just go through and write down addresses that we either think are
And then the
rentals
code
or.
enforcement officer can go
Yep.
to those locations,
Yep.
that's. Then it says, you know, it talks about the information solely for administrative purposes, okay, for safety and for law enforcement.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about, that's why I didn't include anything about inspections. We could amend this later
Correct.
down the road
Yeah.
if we wanna go
Right.
that way.
I mean, if,
But for now, our purpose is basically just to get a list
yes,
and have that list available.
for people that are
To the
maybe
public,
moving.
you're
right.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be something that's just, be very nice for the public to have.
Mhm.
You run into, you know. you-
There are always people looking for somewhere to rent.
I know. It's wild. I just
So-
I've never rented. I've never understood. For me, I've never understood like,
Larry, let them finish. They're having a board meeting.
Oh,
The
wrong
salary
board. I
board.
wondered why I didn't recognize anybody. I'm sorry.
I used to be on with it.
Hi, Mike.
Because there's no equity in renting unless you're renting to own, so I'm a big person in equity, so, like, the only
Obviously,
reason
I'm a believer in,
Owning
I
real
guess-
estate.
but I also know there are people who can't buy
Yep.
and need to rent until they
Yep.
work out their,
Sure.
what they need to.
And that's fair. I
Right.
guess, for people that rent
But
for the
their
entirety of
entire
their
life,
life,
yeah.
like, I don't understand, unless you're getting paid to your mileage and all this to drive cars, I don't understand why people lease cars.
Oh, well,
And they
that's
just
one
roll-
I've never understood
And they just
either.
roll into leases, cause
Right.
you own nothing, you have no equity, especially if you're driving a ton of miles.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not driving a ton of miles, why aren't you buying that lease out
Mm-hmm.
at the end, because you're getting it for a lot cheaper than what I just seems like throwing money away, in my opinion. I'd rather throw it away on golf.
Yeah, you get a lot back from that.
Yeah, yeah.
Frustration.
And actually, if you read the home ownership, it's not a great investment. If you look at the total cost, unless it really appreciates, it was.
Sure. Unless you bought a house before COVID and now it's worth double, yeah.
Yeah,
Like me?
I'm sitting great.
Same.
I could take
people
out,
making $2,000 house payments.
That's
and
wild to me.
Insurance and utility,
Oh, I know.
That's
wild.
I look at it and I'm like, my gosh. I'll sell a house and I'm like, these people, their payment is higher than mine and my house is like 3 times as big as, you know what I mean? I'm like, but that's just where we're at. It's just, with the people who happen
Yeah.
to buy when, that's
we
just.
bought our house and our payment went up to like almost 500. I'm like, 500? No way, because our old one was like 230, 240, you
Yeah.
know?
My gosh, what
Yeah.
people would give for $500.
I know,
I could almost take out a second mortgage for double what I paid, like what I already had financed for. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. If I ever got into a bind, I'm in good shape.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The way,
So,
if everybody could do that, it'd be great,
Yeah.
but, as markets change, things change, so.
so a lot of those questions we had on that agenda, we're not gonna do inspections, so that eliminates
Yeah.
At least not
inspection
yet,
fees,
yeah.
who would do it, what the fee is. We don't even have to involve the health officer,
Right.
any of that.
Well, unless though, what happens when we get complaints, because obviously if we're saying, hey, all these are available, now we get people call us because they know, like,
Well, they have to meet the city codes and we'll have a code enforcement.
Yeah, code enforcement will have to go in there.
That's
and
who the calls
and
will go
then
to.
The code enforcement can
but
call.
is that gonna be considered an inspection?
Well, that'll be, if,
No, it's code
if it's
enforcement.
bad enough, if it's code enforcement and it's a health issue, like they go in and,
Right.
then they'll call Scott, the county.
Right.
But that's
okay.
not part of our ordinance.
Gotcha, okay.
That is, once code enforcement goes in there, that's out of our
That's
hands.
when
They're
they
just
do-
going.
That
in
is
When
what
they
it
do code
is.
enforcement, they'll come up
That's-
with their own fee schedule
Gotcha.
about inspections.
Yep.
and
Okay,
I think we want to stay away from that. We just put it
No, I
on the
agree.
list, have them pay $5 per location,
Right.
and we can put the list out for the public to see.
Yep.
And that's what this, once
Yeah.
we get this going on the website, we can
Yeah.
tweak it whatever we want, but that's the best I could do.
Yeah. Well, and, we're making it available for people and we're building a fund to be able to help these. Again, I go back to that. I think that it is more enticing for people, like, it's gonna take a little bit for us to get it built up, but then
Oh, yeah.
if we can continue to put that money in every year, and, there's gonna be people that either don't register or forget to, or just decide they're not gonna register and then they get a penalty.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I like it. Good work.
yeah, that is a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah, I printed off like 4 different ordinances, so
and just kinda,
they have things in common, so you'd sit there, it's like,
Sure.
okay, this part, this part, this part. I don't type that fast.
Do we know, are you done with, I think that, you got it all laid out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's where I'm at.
Okay,
I feel like from here, it's gonna have to go to,
Marcia.
yeah,
Marcia needs to look over this.
right, and see what, I mean, she may have some
She may
stuff we need to amend, some stuff we still need to
Yeah.
do, some, you know,
But
there,
at least some of the work's
But-
done for her.
right,
She can put some legalities on there
Yep.
if need be.
Probably none of it until they get their code enforcement done.
well, there's that. And, but didn't he say that was coming at the first of the
Soon.
year?
Yeah,
Right?
We, I think we've been accepting applications. I don't
Okay.
know what the process is, actually. I'm luckily not involved in it, but it's happening soon.
Not
I
yet.
think first of the year.
Not yet.
No, I'm not. I stepped away from that.
He said he's not the bad guy.
Community. Do we know of any properties that we can?
No, I was gonna ask
snatch
if
up?
anybody has heard of any.
I have been, actually, I haven't had a chance to, like, even just during work, I've been doing a bunch of final record paperwork stuff, so I haven't had a chance to just like jump on Zillow and look. Haven't been sitting on site, you know, at lunchtime,
Right.
you know, so I haven't seen anything.
Does that house sell on Line Street? That brick,
Down by Pacsack?
This way. They had the fence in front of it that they took down.
yeah, had the wrought iron, used to have a wrought iron
Oh.
fence.
Yeah, my gosh, that place, let me tell you, there's something wrong with that
Is
place.
it down here? Or
I
is
mean,
it
it
this
is
way?
sold so many times.
So many times, but I'm gonna tell you.
Oh,
that-
right there in the corner.
Right, yes, and
What's wrong with it?
there's something wrong in the
I
basement.
just say there has to be.
There's something wrong with you walk in and you can smell sewer, and that has been every single time it has sold. And I think the people are finding out that there's a major, you know what I mean, they're gonna have to bust up that entire basement floor. So, I mean, there's an issue.
There's a sewage leak.
Yes.
There's just a sewage leak as well.
There is an issue, so.
That sounds like something that we would get ourselves into, so,
It
if
does,
I'm being honest.
yeah.
Cause it was cheap enough that you could just cosmetically,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, when it first sold, it had like the outdoor grill area. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
It is cute, however, the location of that is right at the driveway.
Yeah, it's
So
weird.
it is weird. So pictures, you're like, oh, that looks really cool.
Yeah, it's-
But when you pull up to it, you're like, that's a little bit weird now. How do you really use it? You know what I mean?
I
So,
also- the house behind it, it's got like 3 apartments in it.
yeah.
I would love to get my hands on that. My mom said that used to just be a gorgeous house.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Just, yeah, when she was younger, was kept well, and single family.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't.
Have you seen the Hooper house? They've done a little work out
Oh,
there.
have they?
Yeah,
No.
they put some mulch down, took out some of the landscaping that was all grown over. I don't know what else they've done. I haven't gone up and looked in the
so
window.
carrying drywall in one day.
Interesting. There's-
A
Yeah,
lot of
because
work
whoever
to be
bought it
done.
turned around and sold it, or turned around and it was on the market right away.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
Oh, I missed that.
yep.
For how much?
But I didn't look and see what it sold for. I haven't looked.
Well, it sold for like $70,000 at the auction, didn't it?
No,
I thought it was a big number.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
it was like
It was a big
65 or
number.
70, yeah.
Yeah,
Way more than it was worth.
Let me get my glasses. Let me
when
go
I
into my.
saw that, I
let me
was
go
like,
into my
you got to be kidding me.
Because I'm pretty sure.
For
'Cause
half
I'm trying to
that.
remember who listed it.
For half that, that would have been a decent price for a lot. Not gonna-
Yeah. Trying to see. There we
Oh, my
are. Jackson. Is that Chauncey and Jackson? Nope, that's the post office further down. Jefferson.
Sold in the auction for 58 and then resold for 75.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they turned around. Like it was like the day the auction ended, it went on the market with an agent. So,
BK
Yeah.
Collective, do we know who that is?
no.
That's who bought it from the auction. Alcides Segovia Via bought it for 70. Like, what? Do these people not go in the house? I mean, we went in there and I'm like,
Oh, it's,
We have
there's
to talk him
been
about it.
somebody there every day working on it.
Working on it?
Uh-huh.
Jennifer.
I mean, they
we
must
had to
have-
talk him out of it.
Well, no, I didn't get
Walked and
talked
walked
out.
and we-
Once-
Yeah, you walked in and still seen that
Once-
something, I don't
Kept
know.
seeing potential.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Once Jody went in there and told me how much, I was like,
so, listen, had you just listened to me, but no.
it's got so much potential though.
If you have money that you don't care, you're
I
not
said-
gonna get back.
I said, if we were looking, if we just had money burning a hole somewhere, that we could just lose $200,000, we could have fixed that thing up.
Right. Now, listen,
Yeah,
if they
the
bought it
potential was when the
to
dozer cleared
whatever
and
they're
built
doing to
houses.
it, and they're gonna live in it, go for it. You know what I mean? You put in however much you want,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, to make, but
Right.
for our purposes, that is not the case, so therefore, it, you know, it's a limited budget and not worth, so.
Anything we buy has to be residential, right?
That one was both, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, I would assume. What are you getting at?
The
Yeah,
one
what-
that- There was an auction and it didn't sell, not, the barn dominium that.
Oh, there's
the
that,
guy-
yeah.
But close to it there, it's got living quarters, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. And
Oh, the little, the barn right before you get to Raven Road,
Right.
on the right,
Yeah.
just next to Lowe's.
yeah,
I saw that, it didn't sell?
no,
Next to Lowe's.
Lowe's, no, the
Dave
Dave
Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Oh, I was gonna say,
yeah.
I'm like, I thought we just decided to say.
Dave Lowe's.
Okay.
Van Buren, there we go, there we go.
Yeah,
There
that,
it is.
Who has it listed? Schrader?
Christie and Deborah Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman, yeah.
How much did it not go at auction for? Like, for their, do they have a,
Trying to remember how, Schrader had it at the auction and it was up 100 or a little more, 120.
it says, doesn't really say on Beacon what is there. Where does it say whether
I
it's
mean, it's one bedroom, one bath.
Columbia City Commercial Other?
there was that one in,
Does that mean?
Coesty.
The commercial other, is that like, and residential?
I think so.
not
Is that where it can be
necessarily,
both, Chip?
I don't know that.
not necessarily.
Because how much would it, you know?
Commercial,
have
it
to
could
do?
also be,
You have to go to the,
agricultural, you know what I mean? It could be commercial agricultural, it could be,
where do you go to
it
change
could be-
to
Zoning
residential?
board, probably.
The zoning, just the zoning?
you have to
board?
go to the, yeah. But you'll also, yeah, that's a whole process.
And then it has to come.
It has to go, yeah, you have to
It's-
go.
There's a 3-step process.
I mean, we got a lawyer, that's really good. We can just-
You know which place we're talking about, Chip?
Mm-hmm.
It's Toby Chapman's brother.
Okay.
But you also have to look at, where's the location again? Because is it gonna be appealing to a resident, you know?
It's right across from the storage units there, going out on Van Buren. It's kind of tucked, it's like, it's tucked, I'm gonna call it tucked away. It's got trees, it's fully
Oh.
wooded,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah,
And
it's got access on both
It's really nice
sides.
because it has big doors, both sides,
Mhm.
both streets.
yeah, it
It's a
does.
drive-through.
It's kind of cool.
If somebody just wanted to shop in a man
Yeah.
cave,
Yeah,
it would be ideal.
there's
to
not
get
really
away.
anything for sale, there's.
no,
one
I'm
for-
getting on right now to look.
There's one
and
for
see.
like 120 down there on Hannah Street, but it looks like someone already kind of revamped it, so. There's
There was
nothing
one out in
really-
Coesty that would have been actually
was
kinda
in
good, but I
city
think it
limits.
sold. Okay,
Yeah, I don't see. What's the one for 130? It's that brick house on Chauncey again. The white and green
What
one.
we need is a connection with the banks,
I don't know.
so when they have one, they could.
well, all you gotta do is get onto the, well, if we get onto the, what do you call it? The share sale,
Oh, yeah.
to see what's coming up.
I'll tell you what.
And
have you
then we
s-
just talk to the people, because if we do a short sale, I mean, we would have to, it would be a long process. Trust me, I've done many of them. And we buy it as a short sale,
Mhm.
we could do that. But,
Have you seen the one on Chauncey? That white house with the green trim? It's a brick house right on the alley.
oh, yeah.
Have you seen this?
Have you
go-
seen the
I haven't
inside?
You go up the
I haven't
stairs,
seen the
you go up
inside.
the stairs, right? Bathroom with a half wall, open to the rest of the,
What?
Oh, my gosh, that's
you walk up,
disturbing.
just big
Okay.
open room, bathroom, right there.
That
I
is
remember seeing these
bizarro.
before. I looked at this house.
I feel like this house could be really cool.
Yeah.
And then you get this huge, yeah, it's
Where
really,
are you? What's our max, like, how much we wanna purchase something for?
it depends on how big it is, I guess.
Let's put 130 and see what
I mean, if it's in bad shape, I mean, I don't really wanna spend like more than 50 or 60 on
No,
it.
correct, but
So-
I just didn't know what, okay.
Remember when we were looking for houses, we looked at one, Greg Paul showed us one, and he says, I'll tell you right now, you're not gonna like it. To get the upstairs bedrooms, you had to go through the master
Oh, yep.
and actually step over the bed.
Oh.
Because the stairway was on the other, I mean, if you could have just taken maybe a double bed and pushed against the wall, you could have made a walkway.
I
But I
remember,
was like, that'd be,
I looked at a house right on Van Buren when I was looking for my first house. And it's on the south side, almost like right across from Latricia's house. Hers is that big white house by the pantry right there, the food pantry. Where people-
Oh,
okay.
Hers is that white house right on the corner. Right across from that. It's like not the one on the corner, there's a couple in. To get to the only bathroom in the house, you had to walk through the master. There's one bathroom and it was attached to the master bedroom. And anybody that used that had to walk through your bedroom to use the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Oh,
It's just wild.
the one next to it, the one next to the car lot, I actually looked at that.
With the fence?
Yeah, now, I mean, this was,
Oh, sure.
in two of the rooms, they had sheets hung up, and they said, don't look behind the curtains.
No, I would have looked for sure. I
I
for
just-
sure would have looked.
I was thinking, and it had one of those old furnaces with the grate in the middle of the floor. And it sits down in there, you know, I'm like, I don't think so.
I still have one, Mike.
You got one like that?
We've got a grate about that big in our dining room.
Oh, but you still, then you still have a furnace there, right?
Yeah, furnace, well, no, it goes down to the furnace.
Oh,
The grate goes directly down to the furnace. Cold air return.
Jeez. What's the one for? That one on Main Street sell yet? That big one? 290. Nope, looks like it's still there.
I was just saying, no, I don't think so.
It
but it's out of
is.
our
is that
price
Dave
range.
Lowe's mom's?
I don't know,
Oh,
the
I
White
don't know.
House with the green shutters?
Yeah.
It
They
is.
put the new wall,
Oh, yeah.
the new big, yeah, that was Dave Lowe's mom.
It is,
Huge.
but man, it needs a lot of work. Like, I'm not paying, it's all wood paneling in the basement, like, it needs, all that paneling needs to be painted white. Because it's just, it looks like everything's, oh.
Okay, so this one
I
on
mean, it's really neat,
Chauncey.
it's really tidy.
Oh, I
I was
remember
just
this one on
amazed
Chauncey.
with the-
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
this house. It needs TLC.
That
It
house
needs-
means like
it
3,200
needs
square
love.
feet.
44.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
It's huge. I mean, like the it's got like the
What about,
what's the front to back hallway called? What do they call that?
like a shotgun. or-
Shotgun. Yeah, shotgun hall. Like the rooms are great. It just like
So
it has
that's-
green carpet.
I
Like
actually think the one on
mint
Chauncey
carpet.
could be good.
I know.
She
I was
just-
thinking that too. It's just not for that much.
She
No,
died. about
but I
6
think
months
they
ago.
bought it, they paid too much when they bought
Well, here's the other thing. That the kitchen in there, it's tiny.
it. Completely, I mean,
No, I'm talking about
oh, okay.
Lowe's mom.
Oh, gotcha.
Like it's so small. Then a wall needs taken out. Like a lot of work needs done. And then the bathroom has like mauve carpet.
They keep lowering the price. I saw they lowered the price of the one
I-
by Columbia Shores.
I'm telling you,
The one
for that
had
house, I
been
wouldn't pay
gutted,
more than
stripped somebody and
hundred
went
and
in.
fifty thousand.
Yeah.
It is
And-
nice and big, but 160 is what they want for that house on Chauncey, right? No,
No, 130, 129.9.
I still think it's too much. It says 4 bedrooms, 4 bath. It has to be 3.5 bath because of that half bath at the top of the stairs.
Right, I can't imagine that's an actual value, but, I mean, what if we got it for 110?
I was thinking like 80. I mean,
I don't think with what they owe, we'd have to do a short sale.
You're a realtor, explain to me like that one in Columbia Shores.
Mm-hmm.
It was like at 330.
yeah, Shores. Which one's
They
that?
lowered it $500.
To get it down above the
To
threshold.
get it right.
But
Which
That's
one's
not gonna
Columbia
do
Shores?
anything.
$500 isn't gonna, oh, I want it
Are you talking
now,
about?
you know?
Are you talking about this one? The one
I
that's
would
on
say the big
pond?
one, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they actually fix that? Have you been in?
I don't
it?
know, I haven't been in
There
it.
was water leaking in. There was.
Oh,
there was
it's
a. I mean,
all
there's been a
completely-
bunch of people that have worked on it, and then they
It's
ended
all
up.
completely redone.
Well, yeah, but there was water leaking in the basement. That was the whole big thing because
Well, they
there's somebody.
ripped the plumbing out.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, somebody stole
Oh, somebody
plumbing. let the
stole
water
plumbing.
run. Oh, yeah. They ripped all the wire.
Yeah, it's been vacant for a while.
It's also like I looked at the 3D tour. It's tiny, like it's got a lot of square footage, but if you look at like when you go inside, it's a skinny house, like
And
front to
it's
back.
so close to the street.
Right.
I mean, it is.
It is and
Right
then you-
there.
and then you have like it's like an L-shaped. So like you have a living room going into the kitchen, and then an L-shaped back to another living room or like a den kinda. And then there's the stairs down. I mean, like there's nowhere to put any furniture in the den area because then the sliding door's there. Like there's just the basement is awesome.
Did that freaking house sell already?
The basement's awesome. Big open area.
All right, do you guys want to agenda the meeting?
Yeah, we
Just-
can.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there,
Oh, wait.
because you are being recorded, so.
Motion to approve the September minutes.
Yes,
Yes,
Second.
yes.
Okay.
Minutes approved.
yes,
Aye.
Anything negative to say about Chip?
yes.
Not
No,
not on live video, please.
Second that.
All right, I guess motion to adjourn.
well, I'll let you know if something comes up, but, yeah, I don't. But, I mean, honestly, we
Yes.
should be checking the sheriff's sale list because